what's good, y'all? Fusion here, back in another video. Um, oh, we're not sponsored by whoever these people are. Yeah, so Anthony Davis. I did just drop a Russell Westbrook type of video just like this. I'm not sure what I'll call it, but I got some stuff to say about every single one of these Lakers on this team, and I may drop them, bro. Like, I don't know, man. Anyway, let's get started. Um, Anthony Davis, starting power forward for the Lakers. He's out right now. He's injured. 6'11", 253. Played with the Pelicans prior to joining the Lakers and was seen as the next big dominant player. Um, Pretty much everybody knew that he would be a superstar at one time. Um, and he always has been. He plays great. He played in Kentucky. He was a point guard for in high school, and then they drafted him. And then he got a scholarship, but then he grew. I think it was like 8 or 9 inches or something. Um, and he took those point guard skills with him as a big man, and he became, you know, Anthony Davis, drafted first overall in 2012. I mean, 2012. You know, just a great player, just a really good player. He can do everything. He has some solid post moves. He can shoot the mid range, shooting some fadeaway jumpers. Pretty athletic. Clutch gene. He has made a lot of clutch shots. Um, he's a great rebounder, hustles. Um, and he does do great point guard passes as well. He has been shown to put teams on his back and carry. Um, yeah, he's just a great player on paper. And when we got him, I knew that this was going to happen eventually. His status out, injury prone, the most injury prone player I've ever seen in my life. There's always something wrong with this man. I could see during COVID times, you would have to be out for certain things. Um, but pre-COVID, and I'm talking far pre-COVID, this dude couldn't play 10 games straight, it felt like. He was always out, knee, back, ankle, back, knee, ankle. Come on, man. It's every single year. It's some sort of big out status. Um, Now you really can't, that's a gripe. That's not something that you can really control. Um, and I don't want it to sound like I'm saying, that he should be able to play every single game, even if he's hurt. Um, that's not at all what I'm saying. But I am saying that since you've played at from 2012 to now, you've only played 579 games. As a superstar who goes to as a superstar that goes to the playoffs quite often, and that's the only amount of games that you've played at this point of your career, there's something up. So I don't know if you need to go do some yoga to get your limbs all on accord. Um, if you need to do some more push-ups and sit-ups, weight training so you can get stronger. Get some more balance in your ankle strength. And I do know that you have some bad knees, because I actually have a family member who has horrible
Little
knees
stutter
too.
step. Bang.
Um, Pardon that thing, guys. Um, and my, I have a family member. Everybody has a family member with bad knees, but I could see, since he grew from 6'2" to 6'12" or whatever, um, you can't. That could have impact on those knees, but I need you to be trying to make sure that everything around those knees, cartilage, taking breaks when needed, eating healthy, ice, heat, everything of the such. Make sure that that is healthy. Take vacations when needed. I'm okay. I would personally, I think that they should get some time off, like some time off time. Um, like we do as people who have jobs and people who have families. I think that they should have paid time off, like a certain amount of games you could just not play, or a certain amount of practices that you just can't do. I think that would be a good little thing. Maybe they, or maybe that they just need to lower the amount of games. Um, because rest is almost as much as important as the work work you put in, because your body can get fatigued, and these dudes are playing at the highest level basketball, which is a lot of running, jumping, um, pushing off with your legs, um, getting your legs stepped on. Um, you your legs are your most important asset as a basketball player. Um, and probably even more so than football, because there's a lot more of that, from 0 to 100 speed, from no jump to your max jump, from um, sliding and backstepping and back jumping and jumping, not just up and down, but left, right, and forward, and then back. There's a lot of different muscles and um, brain to brain to muscle thing as well, that's causing a lot of your legs having to work every single part of it. Every single muscle in your leg is working when you play basketball. And if you don't take those breaks, and if you don't take those vacations, or putting hot and cold and eating right, you could easily hurt yourself. Easily hurt yourself. So there has to be something that he's not doing all the way, because ain't no way you should be up this much. That's my biggest gripe about this man, and I've been saying that since we picked him up. Um, I was like, he's a great player, but he's just gonna be out. He's going to be injured. But that's my biggest gripe, honestly. Now, more so now than earlier in his career, he is still playing like a point guard, if that makes sense. He is shooting more mid-range jumpers, shooting the three-pointer. His three-point pointing has gotten a whole lot better. Not so much this season. That looks like dog. But oh, excuse me, guys. But there has to be some reason he's not going to the basket posting up with all those moves that he has developed. You need to find something, man. Just I don't know. I don't know. And now you're playing with a LeBron, so your stats should really be up. You played with LeBron for 3 seasons. This is your third season, I believe, maybe four. Um, but you played with one of the best playmakers ever. And then you played with Rajon Rondo, one of the best point guards, pure point guards out there. You need to find something, man. Just I don't know if you need a spark of encouragement or you need to have some sort of mental breakthrough. There's certain things you're doing, like I don't know what you're doing, man. And Shaquille O'Neal and Charles Barkley all said the same thing about you. That you need to take it to the hole more or just be on the box and go to work. The Joker, he plays nearly the same as you except less athletic, but he's doing better than you because he's not afraid to beat them in a box. You don't play box in, you play box out. And that means, for those of you who don't know, playing on the box, but instead of trying to get more into the paint, you are okay with playing more towards the 14, 15, 16 foot from the box. Come on, man. Don't be afraid to do it. You're also a great defender as well. You have the makings of, again, the maybe the most dominant player ever. But you're letting Giannis, who came into the league as a nobody, and then him getting better from only really going to the basket, somewhat weak going to the basket, to him realizing that that's one of his weaknesses, getting into the gym, got bigger, got stronger, got faster, got more athletic, got taller, going to the basket, realizing this year his weakness was his mid-range jump shot, was his basketball IQ. Next year, he got a bit of a better mid-range jump shot. He's willing to take those jump shots, take those floaters. Um, his three shot is still garbage, but his IQ as far as when to push and when to pull it out, pause, has improved. He's playing a little bit more aggressively. Um, he is sometimes beating that wall, and sometimes he is still 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 working against it and with it. Um, and his team is losing because of it, but he has started to win more games now than he did last year. And then he realizes he needs some sort of 3-point threat, but then he also realizes he has someone on his team who could be the 3-point threat themselves with Chris Middleton. He learns how to pass the ball better. He learns how to play point guard as a power forward, small forward. He learns that he's passing it more to Chris Middleton, and Chris Middleton is shooting the basket. I mean, the ball more. Therefore, people realizing he is also a threat on that team. But Giannis was the one making the defense like collapse on him and forcing them to sag more into the paint. The weak side having to sag more into the paint for the easy dish to Chris Middleton. And there's no knock on Chris Middleton. I think he's always been a good player, but I think with Giannis like developing, that made him even greater. Um, but you start to see Giannis shooting threes more. You know, some of them air balls, some of them bricks. Makes a few threes here and there, but then you also start to see that clutch gene at least coming to some sort of bloom. But more so when it's you having to go to the basket. But then that's also when you gave that confidence to Chris Middleton. And there, he becomes the clutch guy for those times. And you, being honest, you know, humbling yourself and being like, hey, he can do that. Like I'm going through Giannis's whole phase to becoming the most dominant player. Your story, your only story is that you grew over college and then you became 6'11", and then you just do that. I don't think you have gotten that much better since you've came into the league. Um, of course you have gotten better, but I don't think you have I think reached your ceiling, and you need to break that ceiling, man, because you're selling. You're losing us easy titles. You're losing us easy titles. Come on, man, get with it. Anyway, that's everything, guys. That's another one of my rants. Like, comment, and sub, and I'll see y'all later. And 5 likes for part 2.